I'm Walter Wiens. I've had an incident of bacterial infection. Okay, I'd like to just share the story of actually how a person's body can get broken down and bacterial infections can take place. I actually started with gallbladder issues, which needed to get my gallbladder taken out, and it was so terribly infected that it had affected my whole abdomen. And through the antibiotics used to try and clear the infection out of my stomach and intestines, it just totally tore down my immune system to the point where I was susceptible to bacterial infection, and I guess it attacks your weakest area. And for me, it was an infection that started just below the kneecap, and it just felt at first like it was just an injury from maybe just working on it too much. There was no open break or anything like that. It just started swelling and started hurting more. I went to the doctor and he just thought it was a bruise and it would just go down naturally, but over the course of another 2 days it swelled that much more and was just growing, and it got to the size like of a hen's egg, and it was getting very painful. And so at that point, the doctor looked at it and he was very concerned, and the doctor drained it and sent a culture in just for safety's sake to get it analyzed. And what came back was a Staphylococcus aureus. And that particular strain, the doctor was extremely shocked. It can go into a few different areas. It can go all the way into flesh-eating disease. It can have major ramifications. And so I drained it, and when it came back as that, he actually hunted me down and said, "Get back in the hospital, now we need to treat this immediately." And so he drained it again, sent in another culture because he did not believe that it could be that serious of a strain without a puncture wound. And so it came back again and confirmed it. They gave me an incredibly strong antibiotic to try and clear it up. However, the next morning he arranged for an ultrasound on it because it had grown so significantly back again after he had drained it twice that he wanted to see exactly how big it was, how infected it was. I was scheduled for surgery the next morning, and yeah, when they removed it, it was the size of a hen's egg. This started a process of getting it cleaned out and packed up with, I guess antiseptics is the word, daily. It was a big gaping hole, and they kept on saying that this type of a wound could not be closed up. It had to be continually cleaned and let it heal from the inside out. This type of bacteria is a very strong, resistant bacteria. I was on the antibiotic for a 3-week period. They said I could not stay on it for longer than that. And they hoped that it was all cleared up after that. And so after I was off of the antibiotic for, I think it was 2 or 3 days, they looked at it again on my daily cleaning, and they said, "I think it's back again." And it was starting to infect again. And so they put me onto a much stronger antibiotic, but a different kind. Yes, I was led to believe that the second round of antibiotics that I was given, that if that didn't work, there wasn't really a whole lot of other option left. I was afraid of just progressing to the point where nothing would work. I I knew that the possibility of, if it would keep spreading, the amputation was discussed as a possibility of the future if we couldn't get it under control, which of course is everyone's absolute last resort. After I had run the second set of antibiotics and kept on cleaning the wound, because I had come across a product earlier for lots of cuts and bruises that I was getting from working in the bottle depot, I needed something to heal up the wounds quickly, and I got this product from Liberty Max, antimicrobial, and you just spray this on, and I knew that that really healed the cuts and bruises on my fingers virtually overnight. And so I thought, because I didn't feel that my leg was healing fast enough, even though they had given it a period of 9 months that I could expect to be keeping on the cleaning and the packing of the material, that it would take that long to heal. But I got rather impatient and wanted to try this product on my knee. And so I did start spraying it on at home. They would clean it up, put the bandage on, I'd go home, and I'd spray the Liberty Max on it. And after 2 visits, they said, "Boy, this is healing rapidly. What's happening here?" And so they called the second nurse in to come and take a look at it. And she's, "Hold on, I'm getting my camera." So the nurse went and got the camera and came and took a picture of it and said, "Yeah, that is healing up incredibly fast." I just kept on the process, and I would keep on spraying the Liberty Max on it twice a day, and kept on going back, and it was healing up incredibly well. And after about 2 weeks, they said, "I don't know why you're coming back here. What are you doing?" And so I told them what I was doing. And I says, "Well, it's really doing the trick here." And so then they told me, "Well, if that's what you want to do, we can't do anything more for you, so just go home and do what you keep on doing." This was about 3 months after the event took place. So I was about 6 months ahead of what the projected time would be through the medical system. Now, I don't want to disregard the medical system. I do want to say that they were there to help me. They were there to diagnose and treat. But this was just a product that really enhanced the healing, and the end result shows it, how wonderful it is. After my surgery and using the Liberty Max, it seemed to really control the pain as well. I had been given painkillers to help with the pain. However, the pain was really nothing significant. It was quite tolerable. But when trying Liberty Max, yes, when a person tries out of the medical system products, you are always somewhat skeptical. But I knew how it worked on my cuts and bruises. I was a believer in it. However, with something significant like this, I was hesitant to put the emphasis on a product that doesn't have medical background. But it was definitely worth a shot. I felt quite comfortable in using it, and I have promoted it to family and friends and other people that have virtual same testimonies of how well it works. I'd like to just show the evidence of what it looks like today. We're sitting at approximately 5 months after the injury took place. It was here, like about that large. It was the size of a hen's egg. And it was very swollen that you couldn't even see the knee. So I'm quite pleased the way it is. What is amazing to me, and I'm just keeping on being overwhelmed with it, is that thinking back to having a hole like that and not closing it up or stitching it shut or anything like that, how it actually grew from the inside out and slowly closed up to the point where it is today. So it actually grew all back, my own tissue, the healing took place. Yes, I would definitely recommend Liberty Max. It is definitely what I would say has led to the results of what I have today. Use it as a spray topical as well on any bruises, on any cuts. If you just spray it on there, and it's amazing how soon something like this has such an effect. And the other thing is that it is absolutely totally safe to use and very practical in rebuilding our bodies the way that they should be.